Andrew, are you going, Andrew?
I've not done it yet.
Ah.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you.
It's lovely meeting you.
Bye.
I've not done it yet.
Take care.
Okay. After we had dinner, we're going down that nightclub, aren't we, in Forth Wells?
Oh, it's a wild place.
Wherever it is.
God, what? Both on a Friday evening.
Oh, Friday night too.
Oh.
Spending their money. Whoa, look at that thing, Connor. Masterpiece.
Yeah, it does look good. It's very good. You've got a lovely sense of depth here.
Yes, it has.
This strong tones in the foreground really push the peak back into the distance, and that works very well. You've got some nice colour on there, draws the eye, and a lot of detail around there to draw the eye in. So that works very well. The sky is not too complicated. You don't need a complicated sky with this because there's not very much of it. I think what you've got to be a bit careful of, you've got a nice sort of sense of texture on the trunk, but here we have a very light foreground, and it would be good if you could darken this a little bit.
Oh.
You've always got shadow under a tree, even in when it's a dull day, there's always shadow there, so a little bit of colour in here, maybe some reds would be quite good.
Sorry?
Reds and yellows in there would be quite good, because they'll bring it forward, you see, and some quite strong tones as well. The tree looks a bit lonely in the foreground by itself.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, maybe a little bush or some bits of vegetation there would be useful. Your reflection there, it's okay, but you need a bit more practice with it, I think. Wetting wet is a good technique. Just re-wet it if you have to, and drop this colour down there. If you do it too quickly, then you've seen how I use a damp brush with just water, well, hardly any water, no colour on it, just to pull it out and get the shape back.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
A bit more dry brush around there, possibly a bit of light catching this other little crag down there with the top of the crag hard edged, so that it stands out very strongly against the background. So you've got hard and soft edges. That's nice because you've got the cliff soft at the bottom where it's coming out of the mountain slope. Watch your fracture lines. They could be. There's rather a lot of them. You could lose one or two, I think. There. Okay.
I made a mistake with snow.
Snow. Oh, the snow up there. That's snow, is it? Ah.
Yes, that's snow.
We thought it was
So
I thought it was mist.
I want to know how to keep white or add something, pen or ink.
Right. Well, the best thing is not to use white gouache, really, unless you're using tinted paper. As you saw one of my slides last night, it had tinted paper, and I put some white on it for snow. But here, it's best to leave the white of the paper. And if you have the snow right at the top of the mountain there, all you have to do is make the sky a little bit darker, and you can graduate it so that it gets lighter further across.
Okay.
Okay, we've covered that this course, so you will have a fair idea what I mean. Just it doesn't need to be very dark. All right, so you need to keep that absolutely white. If you're not sure, if you feel you're not going to retain that white, then you could use masking fluid over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll try next.
Okay.
The paper itself is yellow.
Yes.
Not purely white.
Right. Okay.
So
the other thing you can do, which is quite good for very thin cover of snow, is to use a candle, wax. Wax
candle
over it. Yeah.
Okay.
That will. If you put a wax candle over it and then paint over it, and then the paint will go on the bits but not on the wax.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a good way of
Oh, thank
dealing
you.
with it.
I'll try.
Yeah, it's good fun. But I can't show you absolutely every technique on
I know.
one course.
I'll
Not enough
study with book.
yeah. That's a really nice cottage there.
Thank you, and bye.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Have a safe journey.
Have a good journey.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks, David.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And you've got sheep.
Right.
No sheep.
Yes.
Do you have any sheep?
Corner's put sheep in there.
Oh.
I
So,
go to another left side. Over the side we had
Yeah.
lunch
Yeah.
after toilet. I took a picture.
okay. Right. Okay. I like the way you've put that tree in there now. You've put that in since I last saw it. That really helps. It gives it a bit of balance over that side, so it's not all like that. That's brilliant. Nice trees, and you added another branch there. That's good. And you've put a bit of counter change on the fence. Light against the darker bit, and dark against the lighter bit. And we've got the shadows. You've got to be a little bit careful with your washes. You're using too many strokes. Too much. Use a big brush and as few strokes as you possibly can, and you'll get cleaner washes. And don't work into it too much, okay?
Okay.
But if you do a little thumbnail sketch, as I've told quite a few of you this week, little thumbnail sketch showing your tones, that'll give you a good idea of where what you're planning. And you can always do several of them until you get it right. Okay, and I like the bit of shadow across the foreground there. It'll push the path away into the distance. It's good.
Somebody uses a 2:15 train and it's 10 past.
Ah, right, 2:15. There you are. You better go.
No. Keep your time. Thank you.
That's all I was going to say anyway.
Okay.
on that.
Thank you very much.
So we mustn't hold you up from your
See you again.
Yes, see you again, Colonel. Yeah. I hope
Thank you very
enjoyed
much.
yourself.